But if a MTI tries to pull you aside alone, you have to be within like elbows length, arms length, preferably elbows length. That's just as a safety precaution. So you will always have a wingman. In short, I'm rambling on and on about just the buddy system, but really it's actually super important, even in the operational air force. So there are only 9 exceptions in which you can be without a wingman. One of them is a medical provider. So if someone has, let's say, a bad knee from running, you don't have a bad knee, you can just chill. IDMT, again, they're kind of in the same. IDMT is where, so medical providers can be most likely like the health clinic that's there. IDMT is when there's going to be like a person that's there during PT in case if you like accidentally hurt yourself. There's going to be someone there that'll get to you and like give you help. A chaplain. So let's say this is kind of a not uncommon thing that people go to basic training and they leave their girl behind home, and then while they're in basic training they find out that, oh, I guess we're not a thing anymore. So you might be feeling down after that. Feel free to talk to a chaplain. The MTIs will understand. So what's going to happen is you're going to be down by the headquarters. It's called, can I say that? You know what? It's called CQ, charge of quarters, control of quarters. It's the HQ of the squadron. I don't think it's nothing too big. So you'll just be on a bench right outside of CQ. The first sergeant. So chaplain is the chaplain. First sergeant is a person who you can also rely on. So chaplains and first sergeants have 100% accountability, 100% confidentiality. You tell them anything that you want, and they have to keep it confidential. Anything and everything. I think there's only like one exception where they have to report it. They're not the police or anything. SARC, SARC, that stands for Sexual Assault Response Coordinator. So let's say you're having a stressful time at BMT and you get a nightmare and something happens and you like never knew it happened, and you have like this memory flash, and then I don't know, this is very, very vague. Let's just say there's someone you can talk to just in case if something like that happens. Sensitive skills. So depending on your career field, you may have a top secret clearance. For example, I know, what is it? Fusion analyst. That's general. If you're a fusion analyst, you'll have a top secret clearance, and you're gonna have to be interviewed, asking these questions, making sure that you're not a psycho. Urinalysis, you'll take that urinalysis like right when you get to basic training. And you'll have your flight with you. You don't have to worry about that. 5K/Airman's Run dropouts. When you have the chance to do a 5K, do it. If you have the chance to do a 5K at basic training, take that advantage. It's like $15 and it pays for the shirt and the run and the snacks and all that fun stuff. And it's a big hoopah. I don't know what kind of hype word to use. It's a lot of fun. If you're doing the 5K, treat it as if it's something fun. And we ran with Battlefield Airmen, 8th week Battlefield Airmen. We did not stop, and we passed like 5-7 flights. It was crazy. That was a lot of fun. I love that 5K. Just don't stop when you run. That's a general thing in PT and in that 5K. Just don't stop when you run. Even if you're just slightly jogging, don't walk. Because when you walk, that's people see that as quitting, and we do not fail in the Air Force, do we? No, we always try to put excellence in all we do. So, and the last one is utilizing the latrine. So let's say you're on that troop walk headed to a certain place and there's the porta-johns. You could just stand outside the porta-john and people understand, oh, your wingman's probably utilizing. So If you are ever separated from a wingman, let's say your wingman just went up and left or something, I've never had that instance before. You need to report to someone important, for example, an MTI, go to CQ, or someone with more stripes than you, meaning that you don't have any stripes and everyone else is going to have at least 4 stripes or more, or have some nice dandy brass on their collars. That's all for the wingman policy. That was a lot. I talked about the wingman policy. Something I wrote down on my water bottle is, it's kind of faded, but I wrote it in gold, aim high, so that whenever I took a sip of water, aim high. Hydrate!